Damn it. Chat, you know how every now and then we have that random conversation about if you could wipe your memory of playing a game so that you could play it again, what would you pick? Yeah, I think there's a different usage for that as well. If I could just forget that I had ever played WildStar, if I could just take WildStar and Battleborn and file them under pretend I never experienced it so I can stop being sad every time I'm reminded those fucking games died because of a fairly small amount of really stupid decisions. WildStar private servers in development. Really? I am admittedly surprised that WildStar had enough of a following to have private servers. That is... No, the playlist really likes Hat in Time today. I'm okay with this. I also really like Hat in Time. That's not something that I would have predicted. But I guess it doesn't take a huge amount of people, really. It just takes a small amount of people that really want to continue enjoying something that have the knowledge and capacity to do that. I don't know much about the game, but the song is amazing. Its soundtrack was pretty solid, Mirne, but it was an MMO. It was a pretty action-bar-y. It was a kinda largely standard WoW-esque MMO. Difference being you didn't target basically anything. So you would actually just have like areas of effect that your things hit, like even your basic attacks. But otherwise it was largely just World of Warcraft. And it had the worst endgame model I've ever seen in my life. It was so bad. Oh my god, it was so bad. And it sucks, because everything else about I can't say everything else about WildStar was amazing. Everything else about WildStar that I cared about was amazing. Because I don't give a shit about PvP and an MMO that isn't focused on PvP. Go play fucking Overwatch and be garbage over there. Don't come ruin our nice PvE MMOs with your screaming. But they fucked up both sides of the endgame. The PvE endgame had the worst model ever. It was so bad. They had several good ideas, but strung them together in the worst conceivable way. Functionally, what you had to do was you had to get a gold medal on every heroic dungeon, which there was a medal system, which means it's not even you have to beat the heroic dungeon or even necessarily do something specific. You have to meet a bunch of really arbitrary conditions that should never have been a required part of the game. Like, if the medal system had just been optional and just given you bonus loot or something, or money or whatever, it would have been fantastic. Requiring that was giant mistake one. Because it has both a time limit, which is just annoying, and I believe you couldn't... you couldn't die. There was definitely something on deaths. It may literally just have been that a wipe made it take too long. And WildStar's heroic dungeons were fucking hard. Like, they were way harder. It was like old... Thought I was playing BC again, Shiny Snow Pedal's almost exactly correct. It's like the old Burning Crusade heroics. They were fucking ball-busting. And the Burning Crusade heroics at launch, before everybody had raid gear and you could just over-gear the shit out of it, because nobody got to having raid gear in WildStar. But it was worse than that. Because on top of that, there was so much RNG in WildStar's dungeons, which normally was fine. Normally was not really a big deal. It just made your runs interesting. But when you were trying to fucking gold them, which is required for the attunement for the first raid, every single one of them had to be golded. And they're not short dungeons either. This is really old school. Like, it was a very old school-esque game. The goal was to appeal to old school players like WoW Classic or Burning Crusade players. So these dungeons are like fucking 45 minutes long. They're long as shit. And that's like on your speed run. If you're just going through them normally, you're in there for a couple hours easy. But you get 30, 40 minutes into a run, and just some awful RNG event happens, like, I don't know, one of your random fucking nobodies steps on a landmine in that shitty Oregon Trail dungeon. Gone. There's your gold. See ya. It's out. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad. Gating everything behind that metal system, I feel like largely single-handedly killed the PvE side of that game. And on the PvP side of the game, you had two problems. Well, we'll stick with one primary problem, which is just that it was horrifically imbalanced. Such was life. It was catastrophically imbalanced. And then you had two overarching problems that killed both sides of that. One, it was a fairly laggy game. The connection was not great on a good day. I believe that was where I was introduced to how bad NCSoft's servers are, because I want to say that was who hosted WildStar's servers. Oh my god, it was so bad. I don't know why they continue trying to release online games that they want to survive with whatever the fuck they're doing with their servers. They could release the greatest game ever made, and it would fail because it's NCSoft's fucking atrocious servers. Like, I don't understand how the connections, more money is being dumped into producing more games. Like, it's like they don't understand that their servers are what is killing their game. But secondly, they fucked up all the power fantasies. They fucked up all the power fantasies. That was where I met Psycho and WildStar. And we were in a guild, and we did a bunch of runs together and stuff. I had played, there were only like 5 or 6 classes. I'd played a warrior, basically, and he'd played a rogue, basically. Those were the classes we picked. I wanted to do tank things, because it is me, and that is what I enjoy in MMOs, doing tank things. And he wanted to be a rogue and do DPS things. And when we got to endgame and starting to try to fucking get these shitty golden medals in these heroic dungeons, we couldn't do that. We couldn't do it. Because the warrior tanking was unviable. And the warriors were the highest DPS class in the game. And rogues DPSing was pretty much unviable. And they had to be tanks. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that? How? I ask you how. How do you get to endgame and the warrior is the DPSing only class and rogue is tanking only? How do you fuck up that bad? So we were both sad. I mean, we did, for a moment, legitimately discuss, rules of nature, you always come at the worst time. We did legitimately discuss trading accounts for a while. Because I wanted to tank and he wanted DPS. Me and Psycho almost traded accounts. So that I would just play the rogue and tank. Oh god. So yeah, that game died, unfortunately. It died around all of the fantastic ideas it had. It died to just a couple of really catastrophically bad decisions combined with NCSoft servers. And it sucks, because I fucking loved the game. But they just shit every aspect of endgame. And put it on NCSoft servers. But the rogue tanking thing, like, the fact that they could do that was not a terrible idea, because one of the big concepts, one of the big things they had going into WildStar was there is no class that is only DPS. Every class, it had the trifecta, of course, and the tank healer DPS. I wasn't trying to break any crazy molds here. But every class could do at least 2 of those things. There were no classes, there were no World of Warcraft rogues or mages or warlocks who were only DPS and could never do anything other than DPS. But then the problem was the tuning on it endgame and how tight things had to be because of how hard the content was almost all the classes only had one that was viable. They had the WoW Classic problem. Where sure, a warrior can be a tank or a DPS, but their tanking's not viable. And sure, your rogue can be a tank or a DPS, but its DPSing isn't viable. Medic was also a class that existed. I mean, at least I didn't roll a medic where neither spec was viable. Medics were just fucking trash. So the good news is I wasn't dead. At least I could play my character in some capacity. Not get to endgame and just get cockslapped with re-level, idiot. You picked the wrong class. And then, this was my first NCSoft experience, and as I very quickly learned is just kind of the NCSoft calling card. They don't really fix that shit. ever. They're incredibly slow to adapt to it, and in the amount of time I played WildStar, the balancing never got meaningfully fixed. The only thing that they did fix the PvP a decent amount via nerfing warrior DPS. Because the problem with PvP balance was exclusively the warrior class was bananas overpowered. What's up, JT Filler? How you doing? How do you fuck up not being able to heal a single target enough? Because of how WildStar works. There's not really that. And Medic was their attempt to have like a big single target healer without really having targeting. It was super weird. It was super weird. I don't remember exactly. It's been a couple years at this point. I didn't play Medic. But if I recall correctly, your primary heal, because everything was templates, everything was AoE templates. Even like your warrior basic attack was a little tiny cone in front of you. And you had to get up to people and hit them with your sword in this tiny cone. You didn't target things and just attack them, and you hit whoever was in your attack. The Medic's primary heal, IIRC, was a giant-ass rectangle, and it was meant to be single target healing. And you just fling the giant rectangle vaguely in the direction of the tank. But the problem is because it's not targeted, it's a big-ass heal to the person that is at the lowest health in that rectangle. The goal being that that's the tank most of the time. But when it's not the tank, and you need it to be the tank dies. That wasn't really a viable way to heal a tank. And it also was not fantastic at healing a group either. It was just too unpredictable. In addition to really just not being great throughput, so medics were just fucking garbage. Like, the class concept just didn't really work. So, I believe we have a Bryn.
Yes, we have a Bryn.
We have a Bryn. Chat, we did it. We got a Bryn back to play more Satisfactory with.
But my teapot is going to be going off at any moment, so I'm gonna have to run off and go fix tea, or else my water will get burned.
Eight.
I don't know if that's how water works.
8.
Okay, well, if I don't let it burn,
in
then
fact,
it'll
I'll
burn the house down!
I'm almost positive that
Satisfactory
that's
stream.
not what either of
bet I
those
did.
things will do. Cass, hot cakes! Thank you for the $8. I'm actually surprised nobody has mentioned that so far in the chat today. I have, but maybe you guys, you that are here, you that are hanging around for me,
The water's burning. Okay, I'll be back.
dicking through Satisfactory. Maybe you guys are just aware that you can predict I don't give a single shit about the Nioh 2 demo beta thingy. But thank you for the $8, because I will play Nioh 2 when it is out. That is a thing that's already a thing that is definitely happening. I'm definitely playing Nioh 2 when it comes out. And I have no interest in playing it until then, because I'll play it when it comes out. I don't mouse and wait, I do mouse and keyboard this. Why am I feeling confused? I play this with mouse and keyboard. Yeah, I do. Okay. So we were here. We needed the stuff to build a bunch of these. Which was 10 more computers. We had 10 more computers. Requires plastic I don't have. What were we doing? We were doing something. Nioh was cool as fuck. Nioh was cool as fuck. Nioh was fucking great. I did really enjoy Nioh. I'm pretty pumped for 2. I have to go get more plastic. I also have to get more motors, but I learned earlier I have those over here, so I can do that more easily. Don't need more plastic. The goal is to get 6 of these little fuel plant thingies up, which is going to require me to handcraft a couple of these fucking computers. I need more of these heavy modular frames from vaguely over this way. Right. So, there was an update today, chat. There was an update today. So, this morning...
Wait, before you go on rant, do you want to invite your girlfriend?
Yeah, I should probably do that then rant, huh? Invite Brenda Babu.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway. So it kind of worked out for us. Because if I had built any fragment of my computer factory or anything at all with oil absolutely every recipe would have changed. Because they redid fucking everything for oil. But we are not free. Because this recipe changed. And this factory we literally just built yesterday. This changed. The good news is I don't believe it's going to affect us. Really? This is just going to be slightly inefficient. Because it changed. Ooh, if I don't fuck with this, does this not change? If I don't touch this, maybe it doesn't change, because this is still the old ratio. I don't know what it changed to, because they don't put the exact numbers in those things. They just said they briefly tuned this recipe here to be a little bit less expensive. Steel pipes are not going for a reason. Oh, because it's just two of them mashing together. Right, that's actually fine. Let me just go double check on this all over here, make sure we're okay. Hey, power-wise, well, the power is based on the machine. Maybe it... Well, the rate didn't change either. I'm not sure. But it doesn't appear to have changed there, so I don't care. This is backing up. Why are you backing up? This is actually stacking up a little bit. And not running. This has been doing this. Why is it... Does it... Hold on, did I misunderstand how these work? I assumed that when it was producing, it had already used 15 of them. Let me see if it shuts off after this, because we have had a problem with this repeatedly shutting off. It's supposed to take 30 per minute. Why do I feel like it's getting a lot more than 30 per minute?
Ooh, I see our warehouse on the other side of the desert.
15. Yee! It's exactly
I can
30.
See it. I went up to the space elevator and you can see it from here. The view is so good.
Yeah, you can see on the desert, you can probably see the fucking factory I'm in right now, which is heavy modular frame hell. I don't understand how this is backing up at all.
I don't know if I can see your factory. I can only see... I don't know if the view can actually get that far. Yeah, I can only see the storage. Okay, what are we working on? What is this space elevator? Oh my god, what are these things?
We're not touching the space elevator for some time. The space elevator is going to be left alone for a while.
Wow. Okay.
How
Cool.
are things backing up? I'm so confused. It makes no sense to me. Because modular frames are also backing up. Why are you backing up modular frames? I guess it doesn't realistically matter. This entire thing could be backed up and it will still run fine. I just don't understand why it's happening. This is taking exactly what it needs and it's over on everything. So I don't know how it's ever at a point where it's waiting on something and letting a backlog happen.
Oh
Yeah,
my
just
god, are you
slightly
saying that I can
overclock
go adventuring now, that I can open the chests or whatever they are?
Yes, you should be able to open those things now. I mean, what I can do is I can just do this. We can give it 110%. Can even just like 125 it.
Ah, wait, where's our main base?
Ooh, power outage time may have done it. Oh, right, our main base is that warehouse now.
God! And it's so far away!
I can come pick you up, maybe?
No, 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 I'm going.
I don't know that there's a second seat in the
Nope,
Explorer.
I'm going.
The power outage time
can-
actually is possibly what it was. Because it would have kept kicking on briefly and that was enough time to... it shouldn't have made a difference because it should have affected everything equally. I'm confused. Oh well, I'll turn that on for a little bit. We'll come by and look at it later. Restack these for me. Thank you. I mean, whatever the end result, the heavy modular frames are coming out pretty well. And overclocking that manufacturer is, at worst, just going to cause it to be waiting for a second between loads. We'll just let it kind of clean itself a little bit.
Oh, I see cute little truck doing truck things.
A definite purple slug here, but I'm an obelisk. And you know, since
Oh,
I'm
all
in the general
the
neighborhood.
dinosaurs respawned.
Oh yeah, every enemy in the game respawned. They slightly changed how enemy spawning works, so that apparently involves respawning everything.
Yeah, it's okay.
So that's happening. That's a thing, yeah. Be prepared to just... I've just been largely ignoring them and running past them, because I'm literally too lazy to kill them again. But feel free to beat them to death.
I've killed a couple in the, Ooh, Sam ore. Okay, I guess I don't need to pick that up.
Sam ore is now ridiculously visible.
Yeah.
They changed the meshes on Sam, Quartz, and Sulfurs. They're all a lot more visible now.
Oh, okay.
So... Oh, the Blade Runners might not be working on me. I think they weren't. Unequip and re-equip your Blade Runners.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Good call out. Good call out, Kenzo.
Welcome, Squid.
Well,
Good eyes there,
Squiddy
Chief.
Pool.
Stay awesome. Love content.
So
Thanks
it's on
for
the
being my
backside of this.
afternoon
This
lurk
warehouse
spot.
is huge!
Oh, hell has come upon us.
Oh, hell has come upon us in this, like, ridiculously... Oh, hey, look, there's a car.
Why is this backed up? Warehouse is locked. Why is the warehouse locked? Let me fix this. Quiet for me 21 months in a row. Thanks, my dude. You were the shiniest squidling. Thank you for hanging out for almost 2 fucking years in the squiddy pool. Glad you're enjoying it. I'm gonna put some fences
Ooh,
on
I
this
found
bitch.
home base.
Okay, let me figure out why this is happening. Because I can't see it unless something weird got into the belt. Okay, so it's not up here.
Huh.
Oh, right. No, that's the shuck belt. Okay, so can I get on top of this? I need to go higher. Yes, I have more stairs. I can do that. Additional stairs. More up. Where is the problem happening? Should I grind something? I might have tried to grind something that can't be ground. Pipers, 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 pipers. Huh? It's here? Ah, I see, I see, I see, I see, I see.
Oh, there's alternate recipes over
I
here.
don't
though.
have a shuck belt for this yet. I was all excited about my first steel shuck, but I don't have the shuck belt set up for steel. So I do that. Yeah, I put a hard drive in before I got up yesterday. Okay, so I need to
well,
set
go
up.
check it so I can look what else we have.
Okay.
Go check.
Hold on. I need to. This is a like an emergency needs dealt with right now.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Emergency!
how high are these? Believe I could just tape them all together and it'll be okay. I can put all the lifts on. So now we have identified the problem. The problem is a massively reduced frame rate. Aside from that, okay, logisticals, conveyor lift 4. I want all of you like this. It had no output. That's interesting that even if it has several ways that it can go, if the logic of the splitter itself wants it to go one way and it can't for some reason, because there's like no belt attached, the whole thing will back up, even if there's another way it qualifies to go. Splitters really just work in the most annoying way possible. Like, everything about a splitter's logic is the worst way it can be.
What a cute little lookout tower you have in the middle of this building over here. It's so cute.
Where are you?
Oh,
you're headed modular frame factory, yeah.
It's got that cute little platform in the middle of it.
Yay! Because it just has the old second floor, and it's all open. There's no walls. It's just held up by pillars and stuff.
Very cute, very cute.
That's pretty much like this area over here is basically everything that's been added. So, I believe now all I have to do is staple a bunch of burgers. That will not work. Will that work? feel like I should probably group dismantle all those splitters. Or those belts. And do them this way. Okay, so beep. Boop. Fell down. Beep. Boop. Beep. Boop. And one of the crash conditions that got fixed in this update that I did see was something about either planting or dismantling large numbers of mergers and splitters. So hopefully that will fix the random crashes that I kept having when I tried to place numerous mergers and splitters. That was a problem that I encountered. Okay, belt, 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 belt. God, I can't believe my warehouse was shut down ever since I put that fucking shuck together. I think this needs to face outward, perhaps. Like so. So I can feed it into a merging device.
Ooh, rock quartz looks so cool now.
Whatever run of this bug they foolishly asked. Yeah, rock quartz and raw sulfur both look really neat. Sulfur both look really neat. Ow. Ow, that's too. I'm not good at depth perception. I didn't learn until this game that my depth perception is apparently only very slightly better than Hexy's. Okay. No, that won't work. No, it has to go one further. No, that output has to be on this side. Because it still has to get the one right below it. So still gotta go this way. I've only heard one tractor go by while I've been sitting here. Which tractor's broken? Are they both still working? No fucking way they're both still working. Holy shit! God tier. Well, I suppose I will do it this way then. Lift the marker 4. This way. You. To there. Easy fucking elo. Got him. Okay, now we go down yonder. I break my legs. Because it's a slightly faster way to get down from the giant warehouse. Delete all these excess mergers. And then we go to lift mark 4s and we go bip to bop. 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 Look at us. We're doing it, chat. I never put the second fucking shuck belt together because I was like, nah, this is going to take so goddamn long. This is where it gets interesting. This will work for now. I'll deal with this little thing on the side here when we get the computer factory going and I actually build the next level on this. Because this will work until I need to loop it back to the 100 level and then we're fuckered. The programmable splitters have got to be coming soon, right? We're on smart splitters right now. I need programmable. With programmable, I can make this shit real easy. Alright, now I can reshuck my steel pipers. Because I have so many piper. Left output. Steel pipes. There we go. Easy. Yeetus. Opens. Alright. Stress tier 7 belts. I'm pretty sure they don't go that high. I feel like 5 is as high as they go. I feel, and I don't know that, but there's probably a 5 in 7 or 8. I would be kind of surprised if there was not a 5. It just seems like the kind of thing they would most likely add. Now, I need plasticals. Let me refill my inventory. Make sure I got all the shit that I need. And then we're gonna go on a plastic adventure.
Don't forget to check the recipes and stuff.
Oh yeah. Good point, because I definitely did forget that immediately. I'm really hoping to get the quartz computer recipe back before I go. Because them quartz computers are, ooh, they're real good. They make me feel happy. Oh my god. Oh my game! I just want to walk up the stairs. Please calm down. I got like 4 frames in 5 seconds right there. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That was bad. Alright. There's code for 6, but I don't think it's all the way in. I'm curious if they're going to just add more tiers on. So if I want to build a couple of these stupid pieces of shit. Computers are what I'm going to be limiting. If I want to build more computers, say 10 of them, I'm going to need 500 screws, which I have, 90 cables, which I have, 100 circuit boards. I'm going to need more of this copper sheeting. Me bring like 4 stacks of copper sheeting, because I can acquire the rubber and the plastic on site. I have the production over there. I want to get these 6 fuel pumps going. I think tier 6 is supposed to be 900. I saw something else that suggested 1200. There's got to be a point where the rendering of the goods on the belt is going to cause massive issues. That said, Satisfactory is just, that's kind of how the game works in the first place. It runs, mostly. Runs a little spicy, you could say. I saw some on the Satisfactory Reddit last night, actually. It was super fucking funny. A guy had a setup for hypertubes to make you go a lot faster, which was basically you had a hypertube entrance, 1 unit of pipe, a hypertube entrance, 1 unit of pipe, a hypertube entrance, 1 unit of pipe, and you oh, I forgot to put more fuel in the car. I'm just gonna put the fucking poop logs in here. You repeated that for as many times as you needed to get up to speed. And the top comment on that was, and as an added bonus, now your computer will keep your house warm in the winter. From having all that shit on, which is incredibly accurate. Oh, right, the hard drive. Shit, I have to go back. I told Brian to the hard drive. I'm coming back. I forgot the hard drive. Have tier 7 be covered belt so it doesn't render anymore. It's just a chute. You can't see inside it. I, for one, pretty fucking excited to be able to use fuel. I'm hoping to have this factory also produce packaged fuel. Pretty much specifically for the Explorer. But it's possible it can be used for other things too. I'm coming back.
Okay.
Forgot the hard drive again. I mean, I don't know what there is to you that you want the research table for. That's really all it does anymore is hard drives.
Well, I couldn't remember if I had seen a search thing that you could add to the search thing that was crash sites. So you could just search crash sites, and I'm like, that would make my life a lot easier.
That is radio scanning or something, because I know that's a thing. That was a thing in the last patch. But I don't know. Yeah, with a newly overhauled man. All right. Caterium circuit board is pretty sick. Adhered iron plate is pretty something. They really want me to take compacted coal. This has got to be the 5th time I've seen compacted coal. I'm interested in this. This Caterium circuit board, I'm interested in this. I think I'm going to have to go with that. Just outright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You may use the station, Miss Girlfriend.
There you go.
We need to go punch some more Caterium. Adhered iron plate is really interesting because it's 1 rubber. Like, that's so low. 1 single rubber. Why do I feel like we have a piss load of Caterium that I haven't bothered moving over here?
Yeah, we have some next to the Space Needle too. We have like 5.
There's a couple of chests. The chests at the Space Needle that are just full of ore and shit, I didn't bother moving over. I moved the ones that had...
No. The next to the Space Needle, there's a Caterium vein,
like a
and
node,
there's like 7 of the small
Just covered in auto miners.
It is kind of, yeah, basically.
Okay, we'll head over there then. We might have some of the chests here. I brought all the stuff that was in the chest that was a part of the hab. I brought that also, like all the alien organs and the berries and the food and stuff is all there. And I brought the stuff that we had not developed yet.
Okay.
Combat Deco is really useful for fueling my vehicles and literally nothing else. That's kind of like fuel recipes in a nutshell. Because, like, what else are you even going to do with it? It's a fuel. Let's see what's over here. Because I'm currently burning poop logs on my car, which is letting me down. Aha, there are 2 more wires in here. Wow, Caterium ingots are incredibly fucking shiny now. There are a bunch of poop logs in here. There aren't. Good, just bring a bunch of poop logs. Here, let's craft these out real quick. We'll call it a day. I had to continue working through my C++ crash course books, but I have jobs to level in 14. I didn't understand any 2 consecutive parts of that sentence. Like, I understood, I would like to believe, most combinations of 3 words that were in there independently of each other. Like, I need to continue working through my, I got those, but then when you put this sentence together, I did not understand any 2 consecutive parts of it at all. I'm sorry. Final Fantasy. Jobs equal classes in Final Fantasy. Oh! Oh, Final Fantasy 14. Oh, I get it. I got it. Yeah, I got it put together. Thank you, Taraka. The 14 is Final Fantasy, and jobs are what they called classes for some fucking reason. Yeetus. Excuse me. Woo! We went on a journey with that guy. We gave him a ride, and then, oh my god, why are there so many bees? Perhaps at some point I should have stopped and dealt with the slowly growing Africanized hornet infestation over here. But I did not. So now there's just a fucktillion bees. That's like 15 bees. Okay. Class is the base, job is even after 30. Ah, so you have to level high enough for it to be considered a real job. I think the bee spawners keep respawning. Probably, and the bees that come out of... Sir? This time you deserve that. I would like to imagine that I typically run over the noodle-legged bean man for no reason. But that one was earned. That one was wholly earned. He clearly just wanted to be run over. He brought that one upon himself. Stupid noodle-legged bean man. Holy fuck, it is so foggy down here. Alright, so meanwhile, since literally every recipe involved in this concoction has changed. You're still burning 15? That's cool. You're still completely fucking full. I think out 67? Hey, what? Did they change this? Alright, it is 45 fuel, not 45 oil. And that is, in fact, putting out 45. So I feel like something here is lies. I'm not sure what is lies. Somewhere in here are lies, though. Alright, it's good. It's not at full capacity, right? It's just going to be backed up. Alright, so this piece of shit is putting out 34 polymer resins per minute, and this thingy is suddenly taking a quadrillion for some reason. Why is this taking a quadrillion? Because this recipe is completely changed, that's why. So, you are realistically, give me this. You can run at, it doesn't matter, percent. Because you're only going to run while this is functioning. Which, since literally 0 of this power is being used, because nothing is on, it doesn't matter. What we're gonna do is we're gonna change that via power lines in a way that is exceptionally convoluted. But it's because the power line has to go 20,000 miles. Ooh. I saw you for a brief moment. You weren't. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh.
Beep. Easy, yellow. I gotta walk this shit. Is this a lake of oil? It doesn't seem safe. No, it's a lake of water with just a bunch of crude oil seeping up to the. Yeah, I guess it's a lake of oil. Don't worry about it. I'm just covering it in combustion power engines. That's what oil is for. Oh, easiest game of my life. And we're off! Oh, yeah, just don't smoke near it. Yeah, nobody gets to smoke by the... If you're smoking by the fuel plants, I feel like you're largely asking for whatever happens to you at that point.
Yeah, at that point you can...
I gotta take a cigarette break next to this pipeline of combustion engine fuel. Light the oil on fire and use that for power. Is that not largely what the combustion engine is doing? Just in a controlled fashion. One of us misunderstands combustion engines. Because I'm pretty sure that's exactly what we're doing. It will not clip through walls. Not on my watch. Someone has to win the Darwin Awards. Somebody just won a super mega Darwin Award recently, and I can't remember. Oh shit, I have to walk past all this incredibly angry crap. This wall's in an obnoxious area. Right, there's so much hate out here. This place is full of angry. Do it with the steam rocket. Do it with the steam rocket! You were correct, Eternal Jedi. I'm glad you knew exactly what I was looking for. The Flat Earth guy! Alive. No, you're dead. You can't keep spinning. That's illegal. Do it, pussy. Please, sir, if I could but have a crumb of stable frame rate.
No.
The Earth may not be flat, but he sure is. Oh. You're not wrong, though. For those of you who had not heard about this, because it's just one of those, like, we live in a society moments. I mean, we live in a little, he doesn't live in a society anymore, but, so you know how there's flat earthers, for some reason. You know, that's a thing. So this guy decided that he was gonna once and for all disprove all these photoshopped NASA photographs and whatever, you know, all the rest of the overwhelming amount of evidence by building himself a homemade rocket. Homemade steam-powered rocket. And just yeeting himself high enough into the air that he could see, well, realistically, it'd be the curvature of the Earth, but I imagine the lack thereof is what he was after.
A new hand.
It went exactly as expected. That is, it basically exploded instantly. And, he is now dead. Which is, you know, some degree of sad because a person died, but also, like, really? Dude? Really? It's
How
like
are
this.
we on power right now, by the way?
Not good, which is what I'm currently... I'm about to give us plus 300, which will help.
Okay. Have you worked on quartz at all? Do you have anything related to
I
quartz?
have absolutely no quartz, anything.
Okay.
Okay, so this here, beep, Should give us plus 450 megawatts. Okay, that gave us a pretty decent amount of overhead here. Now we are suddenly up to 1,800 megawatts available. That's pretty good. Dude, stop. God. But yeah, that guy, he tried to do that thing. Noosh. Noosh. He tried to do that thing. Didn't work out. Rocket almost literally immediately failed. Like, I will give him, it's one of the more spectacular failures that's ever existed. Because the whole point was to record it, so there is footage of this happening. You can watch it. And the rocket launches, and instantaneously, the parachute deploys and falls off. Like about 5 feet off of the ground. The parachute comes out and just detaches and rips. And then it goes another amount of distance into the sky before totally eating shit and crashing. It's like the only way it possibly could have occurred, really. But you gotta think to yourself, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to think to get inside a flat earther's head. Because, I mean, they're not thinking. They're not following logical rules of reasoning or mathematics or anything. So it's really hard to get in their head. But there's gotta be about 1 billion easier ways that you could get a camera up high enough to look at the edge of the world and see, I guess, that there's no curvature. There's gotta be, like, tie a GoPro to a fucking balloon, dude. Like, there's gotta be easier ways to do this. Exactly, Taraka. Like, surely I'm gonna build a steam-powered rocket and launch myself with a disposable Kodak would not be the first thing that would pop into your head. There's gotta be steps before that. And I just don't understand it at all. Like, it's fucking bananas, dude. Huh. But we live in a world with consumer drones, exactly. If you refuse to believe there are still flat earthers, they're all grade A trolls. I mean, I don't know, dude! You're pretty fucking committed to trolling to try to launch yourself into the upper ozone layer in a homemade steam rocket. Like, I mean, there's dedicated trolling, and then there's that guy. There's... I don't know. Squid, the FBI will hack the GoPro with their mind control satellites. I mean, I don't fucking know, man. You're pretty good troll if you literally die for your art. I mean, fair. Let's go to the beach / ocean. You can literally see the curvature with their naked fucking eyes. Again, it's incredibly difficult to get into the mindset of a flat earther. Like, it's hard to look at it from their perspective and figure out how homemade steam rocket was the thing we decided on. I don't really get it. I don't understand it at all. You could just... Here's a crazy one. Call up Delta and be like, hey, I'd like a flight from pick any airport to pick any other airport. Can I have a window seat? I mean, like... I don't get it, man. I don't get it at all.
You think Delta isn't paid by the government? I mean, come on.
It's just fucking wild. So you, comrade. I need all this in case I need it. So 34 of these are coming out, and this is running at like 80% efficiency. So 34 times 0.8. I want to turn this down until it takes 27.2 over 60, as this only needs to be at 45%. This only needs to be at 45%, dog. That's as much as it's realistically going to be running right now. I guess if I wanted to produce additional plastic, doesn't feel right. Oh yeah, it's because it's only 34. Nah, this is just residual plastic. It's exactly what it says on the box. It's bonus. Alright, so our fuel plants are still going fine. Our pipes are still full, obviously, because this isn't 100%, so it's not burning quite this much. It's burning 79% efficiency because we're using 79% of our power, more or less. Okay. Speedrunning life. What a legend. Okay. You know what I still didn't? Oh, I did, but on accident. I did refill my steel pipes. Okay, this is El Pumpo. El Pumpo is going into Fuel Maker Man. Fuel Maker Man is getting overclocked to produce 45 of these. Fuel Maker Man is going into a second refinery. I don't give a shit what this area looks like because it's just here to give me power. Gotta be enough space.
Okay, so I just made like a cute, simple little quartz thing to get the quartz so I can make some oscillators.
Okay.
So I just have 2 biofuel generators, so eventually if they die, don't panic.
Oh, if I hear the sound.
Yeah, if you hear the sound, it's probably this.
If I hear the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'd be very confused if I managed to break our main power right now, considering I'm doing literally nothing but adding more stuff to it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure if you heard the noise without any
I would have
backstory,
concerns, yes.
you would be concerned.
Holy shit, that's filling fast as fuck, boy. Yeah, now this is also gonna run off into some generators of the fuel variety. Over on. I would like to build 2 more of these. Which is gonna require some stuff. The rubber motors too, damn it. Some bitch. Well, if I get 2 more of these on, I will definitely have enough to be able to build a motor factory, and then we'll worry about the computer factory later. These fighters aren't as bad as anti-vaxxers. I will give you that anti-vaxxers are more directly and aggressively harmful.
Yeah, they're more dangerous, but
They're
I mean...
more directly dangerous, but I would not be surprised if you found a large amount of overlap between those 2 groups. Because I feel like it's the same brand of dipshit. Like, if you're literally dumb enough to believe either one of those things, the complete lack of logic is nearly identical to believe the other. Because they both lay the same framework, and that's why the flat earth thing is more dangerous than it might at first seem. Wait, hold on, did they fix this area? I just fucking realized the giant tarp is gone. Oh fuck yeah, the giant tarp is gone. They fixed the giant tarp. Our huge pile of, like, textureless garbage is... I'm gonna miss my huge pile of textureless garbage. It was so nice. It was not nice. Flushing this shit. I could just do something with it. This sounds like a lot of effort. So how much are you producing? 30 per minute plastic, I believe? 20. 30 per minute rubber. Also 20. These all changed. How much do you need? 30 per minute? What are you outputting? 60? You both need 30? Okay. Maybe these didn't change. Rubber just has more runoff. I swear to God this was doing 30 and had more runoff. I guess I'm crazy. A great example of a Venn diagram. That anti-vaxxer overlap with the hot coronavirus, though. That's when we get into the business. So I'm gonna need math amount of resources here. I would like a craft bench. Well, I'll make these 10 computes. I'm actually just gonna make 5 computes right now because I don't have the motors built to those. We'll make those 5 computes. I'm gonna need 90 plastic in raw. I'm gonna need 50 circuit boards. Which is 200 plastic and circuit boards, which we're almost to. Oh, we're actually exactly 2. Perfect. So let's handcraft all the circuit boards. Handcraft 5 computers. Then I can go back and put 1 more fuel pump. Someone's playing Plague Inc. on easy mode. Dude, imagine if anti-vaxxers were... I've never actually played Plague Inc., so I've played one of the million variants of it, but I don't know if it's the actual, like, main staple game. But, an anti-vaxxer setting in Plague Inc. It is... It's gotta make it significantly easier, I imagine. That sure doesn't up the difficulty. Anti-vaxxer was added as a setting recently. You gotta fucking love it. Plague Inc. was started in a Flash game, didn't it? I believe so, way back when. Alright, so there's these. So now all I need is the 90 raw plastic. The 90 raw plastic. I'm getting a bazillion Facebook messages, Mitch girlfriend, so it perhaps may be from Rat Breeder.
Uh-huh.
We are investigating follow-up rats, chat. Follow-up rats that maybe will survive more than 3 weeks. In that they're coming from an actual breeder and not a random mom and
But
pop.
yeah, we heard like when I did go to the vet, they said that we just got really. It wasn't really unlucky that we got those rats in particular. It's that we went to that place to get rats.
They
the
apparently are not
problem.
good. I don't know how this keeps coming out. Plastic, rubber, rubber, plastic. When the 2 plastic are back to back, but it's so evenly linked, it's exactly fitting. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this belt. This belt is beautiful. It's majestic. Oh, it broke. It's ruined. It's ruined forever. What was wrong with those rats? Terrible genetics.
Well, yeah, and I think
Slash
they were
potential sickness from the,
yeah, I think they
of
had
their
some.
place
The
of
problem
origin.
is that they had 3 rat cages. They were like little aquariums, like fish aquariums,
Halfway there.
right next to each other. And they had about 30 rats in each. They were only like 1 by 2.
Which is not super
So-
uncommon for...
Yeah, but if
Keeping
if they had
like a
one
pile
rat,
of
because
rats.
they had a continual amount of rats, so they had like the older rats in the right cage, and then they got younger as they go.
Yeah,
So
they
if
got
one
promoted to
rat
later
ever was
tanks.
sick, they could
Yeah,
never get
fucking
it out of the store.
Plague rips
storm.
through the entire community.
Yeah, and they can't get rid of it unless they shut down, moved everything out, disinfected anything, quarantined all of the older rats. Like, that would be incredibly difficult.
Alrighty, so if this is producing 20 per minute, it's going to take it another about 2 minutes to produce me the plastic I need to handcraft. I guess I could start handcrafting computers. I could grab what's there and start instead of doing all of it afterwards like a dumb idiot. Because this is also a time investment. Need 5 of these. That's what we're getting for right now. Need 2 more plastic, please. 1 more plastic, please. Thank you. And then just 1 more computer with 18 more plastic. Getting there. And then we'll add 2 more fuel plants onto our system, which I will eventually come down and increase. But that is going to require more stuff. This plastic, gimme, 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 gimme. We ain't shit off the belt. I ain't waiting. I believe that is a fuel plant. Ah, 50 rubber. Glad I checked. Glad I fucking checked before I left. 50 rubber. Takes raw rubber. let's get back over there. What I possibly should have done was grab some more gas for the car. But that's okay. Packaging fuel is something that's going to come to. We got to get the train land. I don't want to run trucks and shot here. Don't you need 2 generators? Yes, but I don't have enough motors for that. So that is going to require several steps that I cannot complete wholly out here. Because we don't have a motor plant quite yet. So it's time to get a motor plant, is the moral of that story, largely. It takes 15 motors per fuel plants. I just don't have them on me. Plus, I might as well go back, put this up, and then I'll swing back down here later when there's a couple hundred plastic in the repository. Because it ends up taking somewhere on the order of 200 fucking plastic to make a computer. This is going to cause like 3 blocks of damage. 5 blocks of damage. Ouchies. But what matters is I did a sick jump.
Is that what matters?
Also, I have a whole lot of nuts, and I can shove them in my mouth very rapidly. Alright, Gusto! So, give it unto me. Fuel generator. How inbred is your one remaining rat? Who wants to tell him? Who wants to tell him? %, it's dead. Correct answer! Rip Columbus, never forgetty.
That was such a nice card that they sent.
It was.
I've never seen anybody send, like, I've never seen that, like, from, I don't know, vets. I guess I work with vets all the time, so I just
Yeah, but
no,
most
all the
people
vets that I
don't
work
have
with are very clinical.
Most people don't have a personal vet, so... I mean, not even that wasn't even a personal vet, is the part that's fucking crazy. It was just like a vet clinic we went to.
Yeah, we went in there one time. It's not like we've even ever, it's not like we've been going there for 15 years and we know all the staff.
Yeah, we brought a rat there once.
Yeah. And it died the next day. Like,
It died
was so-
immediately.
like, like,
Fucking immediately. Okay. We're peaking at like 1550. We have 2100 now, which means I got about 550 to build a couple of plants with. That's workable. I can do that. I like that I can power my car exclusively with poop plugs. Monster Hunter movie in theaters September 4th. Holy shit, I completely forgot they were making a Monster Hunter movie.
are they?
Remember?
Did you tell me this?
Probably. Remember that one time when they vaguely announced a Monster Hunter movie was happening like 1.5 years ago and we got like 3 pictures and then there was never mention of it ever again until apparently just now? I honestly forgot about that. If you had mentioned, like if someone had just said, oh, whatever happened to the Monster Hunter movie, I would have without hesitation said, oh, I guess they just canceled that. But they're apparently still doing it. For some reason. 1,000,000% gonna be horrible. That's okay though. We needed something to break. Oh no, the giant. What the fuck? It comes and goes now? The cursed blanket has returned. Okay. Weird. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's gone. So here's the thing. We have been defying statistics so far. In that we have had not just 1, but 2 consecutive good video game movies. First of all, shut your bitch mouth, Detective Pikachu is great. Second of all, though I have not seen it, I have heard that the Sonic movie is apparently pretty good. Again, haven't seen it, so I can't say that one for myself. That's 2 in a row. That's impossible. It's absolutely and completely impossible, the only 3 good video game movies in the history of cinema were going to be produced consecutively. So don't worry, Monster Hunter's here to fucking put us back on track.
That is pretty crazy. Yeah. I don't know what that like. That's
Chungus just suplexed my car. Okay, anyway, continue.
that's gonna be very strange.
So here's what we know about it so far, in case anyone's hearing about it for the first time or has any dregs of hope. Director of the Resident Evil movie, starring what I'm pretty sure is the only actress the director of the Resident Evil movie knows, personally. And modern guns and military, because for some reason Monster Hunter happening in modern world. That said, you could lead with most of that about the Sonic movie, and it's true, and somehow the movie was still good, because that was also plop Sonic in the modern world for no fucking reason. But it also had Jim Carrey to fucking hard backpack that shit, I'm sure. I haven't seen the Sonic movie, I've just heard. Whereas Monster Hunter has, like, Mila Jovovich or something. Whoever the fuck was the protagonist of the shitty Resident Evil movie. So... oh yeah, Monster's also immune to modern weapons for no particular reason. So, like, at least the giant bone greatswords will make an appearance, and that they work better than missiles. Because reasons. It's a perfect recipe for a complete and utter disaster. There is absolutely no universe the Monster Hunter movie is good. It's completely impossible. That said, rewind me 6 months, I would have said the exact same fucking thing about Sonic, and somehow it happened. Defying all statistics and the natural order of things, somehow Sonic is apparently good. So, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's possible. To be honest, I kind of like the idea of a modern normal world having to fight off the absolute hellscape of monsters for Monster Hunter World. I mean, maybe it's good. Who knows? We're on a streak. We've hit 2 in a row. We've hit 2 in a row, which was defeated the previous record of 0 good video game movies. And on that statement, by the way, chat, you are more than welcome to enjoy shitty movies. But that does not mean any video game movie that has ever been produced prior to actually last year wasn't complete trash. I fucking love the Warcraft movie. It's garbage, but I love it. It's fucking trash, but I love it. Because I like Warcraft enough for my brand loyalty to carry me through what is objectively not a very good movie. Did we ever get inverted ramps? We didn't get inverted ramps, did we? It's on the list of things that still need to be couponed. It is. What actually happened was the modern Sonic is really, really bad, and video game movies are really phenomenally bad. But combined, they're both so bad they wrapped around and weren't good. Yeah, like 2 negatives making a positive. That's largely what happened. How much is inverted ramps? 6 fucking coupons? God, that's so many coupons. You know what would probably give us a good amount of coupons if forced into the blender? The heavy modular frames in this new factory I just finished. Why are LP seats so goddamn...
away?
No. Why are LP seats so goddamn comfy? Link, I don't know, but they're really fucking good, aren't they?
Oh, there's a truck sitting out here in the middle of nowhere.
Ah, yes. It made it almost 1 hour before breaking. Ran out of fuel for no discernible reason. Feel free to jam a fistful of coal into it. It will break again in about an hour or 2 for no discernible reason.
I do not have fuel on me, unfortunately.
It's completely logistically impossible for that thing to run out of coal. Nonetheless,
Okay.
It does anyway.
If I drive it over there, will it mess everything up?
I'm not positive. I'm grabbing some coal. I'll bring some coal to it.
Okay.
That's enough, I'm sure. Okay. Run at the same location every time? Nah, just whatever the fuck feels like it, really.
To the squiddy pool.
Maybe you should have like 4 fuel stops just in case.
It uses less than 30 of its 100 fuel in a circuit. Like, it's...
Well, yeah, but if you have like 2 or 3, then it can make sure to pick it up whenever it needs.
It's a complete logistical impossibility for it to run out of fuel. Grew of Doom, 56 months. You with the shiny squiddling. Thank you for the almost 5 fucking years of support. Someone said it yesterday, and I think they're pretty accurate. This feels like a Minecraft chunk error to me, where for some reason it's... I think maybe if it goes through where it gets refueled while nobody is around to have the area loaded, it just doesn't refuel.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
I'm almost positive it's something like that. Logistically, it is completely and absolutely impossible to run out of fuel. It cannot happen. Cover the route in an unbroken scaffold of refueling stations. Trains soon. Trains soon.
Yeah, trains will be really nice. Although it will be kind of
Really
difficult. We
fucking
might have
nice.
to have like those subways that go over the city. So I have to stay flat.
I think that's just called a train.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess just in cities. You know how they have them off the ground.
I don't. It's like a thing.
Well,
like
in the
they're just,
country,
like,
you don't
way up
have
in
it off the
air?
ground because they go on the ground because it's easier to build. But in the
Yeetus.
cities, they have them off the ground because
Too
there
lazy
is
to go
too
and
many
put down the
buildings
storage.
and stuff.
Alright, so it is motor factory time. Because the 2 things we need to be producing for progression here that we're not are motors and computers. And of those 2, motors are way fucking easier. Yes, I built a heavy modular frame factory before I built a motor factory. Shut up. I didn't ask for your opinion. I kind of forgot while I was running this one down. What happened was I literally just didn't notice that I unlocked motors. I did not notice I'd unlocked motors. So I never built a motor factory because I didn't notice I could. This isn't even require manufacturers. Holy shit, this is going to be nothing compared to heavy modular frame land. All right, what do we need? So we got another kind of motor recently, which I believe was made in a refinery. Can't I see? Isn't there a schematic list recipe? Motor. Didn't I get a special motor? I feel like we got a special motor. Or does I just click on motor? And okay, it's just under motor. It's a quartz motor. And it is made in a manufacturer.
Well, there are
So-
2 quartz, normal quartz over next to the coal, where I built that coal factory. That's what I'm using right now to make oscillators.
Are you using all of it?
No, well, yeah, but not only enough so that I'm
Is it
only
where you
using
are
it's
right
only a
now?
temporary thing. Yeah. It's only a temporary thing so that I can.
Oh, that's really fucking far. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, it's over like behind the coal stuff.
Yeah, that's there is not quartz anywhere near here, so this is just gonna be regular motors. It would be a little bit of a pain in the ass to get quartz over here, and not worth it for something that's so straightforward. Perhaps later. So anyway, regular recipe for your boy wants 10 rotors, 10 standards per minute. Okay? Those are both also made in assemblers. I don't know why I'm building another one rather than just changing this. Okie dokie. Where is the Microsoft Paint? So we're going to make those. We're going to make them out of Whoop, that's not right. Out of rotors and out of faders. Yay. 10 apiece. A rotor makes 4. How many does this pump out? 5 per minute? That's not super awful. I guess we could just do that.
Wait, can we just hook it up to the warehouse?
We could, but those resources are for hoarding. These resources are for using.
But, I mean, they're already full.
The rotor and the stator ones?
The rotors are.
Do they?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Let me come look. It's not much of a hoard if it isn't full, now is it? Exactly. Squid's like a dragon if he didn't collect gold, but just dumb shit. Oh, so... kind of like, Zerk and Sniggles. I had to think of their stupid names. So, I'm Zerk and Sniggles. Rotors aren't full. Rotors aren't even into the third container.
Oh, I must have just looked at the...
But yeah, these are 3 consecutive containers. Oh, the first container's not actually full. Now, I'm gonna make another factory for this.
I mean, it seemed... Well, okay.
More things!
Well, it's just we have the resources. Like, we might as well use them.
I have been using them to handcraft motors and stuff.
Well, it's more efficient if you're already using the factories you've already been built.
But those
Because it will almost double the power because you will be building a second factory building the same thing you've already built.
But then what if I need those other things? What if I need rotors or stators? Because I need rotors to build assemblers.
Then you can add a splitter.
Rotors. I also want this to kind of just be a massively increase our steel output factory, and that it's going to produce, probably going to also produce some encased steel beams, and maybe just regular beams and pipes too, since we need those to build a lot of basic stuff. Well, beams and pipes are actually full right now. I don't need to produce more of those. What if I just made a fuckload of motors? Because I keep needing them constantly. 10 rotors, 10 stator. Okay, rotor. I only have 1 recipe for rotor, right? Yes. This makes 4. I don't want to make 4. I want to make 10. Best way to do that is going to be upclocking it to Cinco and having 2 of them. Do that. And these need 100 screws and 20 rods. They're fairly simple ingredients. Those rods or plates? Yeah, they're rods. Iron, rods, iron, screws. I'm almost positive that iron screws produce in 50s, so that's just 2 of them, but then there's clocking. These produce in 50s. So that would just be 2. But since they go evenly by default, we'll have to clock them the same amount. These will both have to be clocked up to weird number. How many times let's do this before it becomes round? 4? We may need that for later. Don't worry, we're getting somewhere. 62.5. Iron rods come in 15s. We need 25. These machines cost almost literally no fucking power at this point, so I'll just buff them all. And that is enough to go into 1 of these. I need 2 of these, so I'll need this doubled. I'm starting to sense doubling this entire production is going to make all my numbers very round. We'll have to see. Staters, because you're a bit of a fucking weirdo. Pretty straightforward, actually. Can make 5 per minute. I need 10, so I just need 2 of these. Quick wire here produces 8. What are the odds there's Caterium within 10,000 miles of this spot? I'll bet the nearest is at the Space Needle. Fuck. Is Caterium down here? You have piqued my interest. What's over yonder? We could produce the eye limiters, too. Because that we're not doing right now. Nor quick wire, for that matter. The fuck's going on over here? Twitch literally makes everything a link. Yeah, when you put an extension on the end of it, it does. It doesn't know any better. Not smart. This Caterium is gonna have to go on a fucking journey. Where is it? Fuck. Excuse me, doggo. Ah, I missed him. How are you still running? Stop running! Why are you running? Oh shit, that's a chunk. Don't touch me, large angry man. Please stay over there. I need to lift it off a cliff, too. And it's under a boulder god! It's like every trial on the earth. This is like the fucking trials of Hercules here. Jesus Christ. It's all the way over here. It's all the way at the bottom of the cliff. I need a fucking obelisk. It's pure, though. It's pure. Smells good. Do we have any nobelisks?
Not yet, but I think they require. I'm trying to build up some quartz because I think they require. No, they require black powder. I also have been mining some of the sulfur. I don't know.
Reminder for later. But that's gonna require nobelisks. Squid, no. Squid, yes. We need for the nobelisk, sulfur is the main concern. Imagine if after all that it was impure. I was half expecting it. With this stupid fucking starting zone, I was positive it was gonna be an impure node. It's okay. We're not failing on all cylinders. Once we get it out of the ground, it will be useful. It is. There's also pure iron right here. Don't have the coal, though. Limestone over there. Stop. Yeah, okay. So either the coal or the Caterium's got to be transported. And since our factories are already over here, I'll transport the Caterium. Oh, there are a lot of fucking resources out here. God damn. What a spicy place. Is that the Mercer sphere I'm hearing from that far away? Holy shit. That thing's sound goes miles. Are you serious? Go. I hate you so much. How do I get launched by a tiny bee running into me?
It's a crab. It's got snippy snappy hands.
They also apparently chat the flying bees are crabs, I guess? I think several creatures were given names by the most recent patch notes. Because I'm pretty sure those things are flying crabs. And let me find it real quick because I don't know what it was. There's a name. Noodle-legged bean man is an official name now, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Is that Bryn? Hi, Bryn. Zindern says hi.
Hello, Zindern!
All right, so if I were to produce quick wire stator. Gonna require quick wire and steel pipes. Takes very little actual steel. Is sort of interesting. Then name them noodle-legged bean men. No, that's what I've called them. I've called them noodle-legged bean men literally forever. But they got an official name that is unfortunately not that. Alright, so 60 quick wire. Well, this needs to be clocked up to 10? Zinder, are you ready for Monday? It's coming. Slowly. The bees are called flying crabs. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. And the noodle-legged bean man also has a name, and I can't remember what it was. I'd have to go find it in the patch notes, but it's really... I'm gonna look it up real quick, because it's actually fucking hilarious. It's fucking great. Okay, so... That's not helpful. It's probably you. I'm almost positive it's you. Leggy boy? No. It's probably... Here it is. It's called the Space Giraffe Tick Penguin Whale thing. That's what they went with. Space Giraffe Tick Penguin Whale thing. 60 is what this outputs. So if this is going up 25%, this will also go up 25% to 75 quick wires. Easy. Why am I not writing raw numbers? I'm supposed to be writing raw numbers, but I'm not because I'm very stupid. I'm very slow. 50. Routers are 4, and these stators are 8. Best state anyone's ever written. 8. I struggle the most to see the penguin. Yeah, I don't, I'm not really seeing what the penguin part comes from. I'm not seeing penguin here. They lost me at penguin. Let's produce 20, which is exactly what I need given this overclock. So that goes evenly. That's pretty neat. So that goes even style. So our singing pipes and our stators go to create motors with a bunch of iron resources and some quick wire. The one half of this is iron and one half of this is things that are not iron. Penguins are bean shaped, I guess. It's a penguin because it's wearing a monocle. Fair enough. I can't argue with that for a huge variety of reasons. So, this all together is a little bit awkward, but were I to double it, let's get into hypothetical land here. Hypothetical land is where life gets really interesting. Imagine I doubled this. 2. Motors. I think this will make our numbers a lot more even. Then we have a rotor that produces 4 that is being clocked up to produce 5, and we are building 4 of them instead of 2. We also have a stator that outputs 8 that is being clocked up to produce 10, and we are building 2 of them. The bottom stays the same. But what's going to change is our totals. Bottom stays the same. Nothing changes down here. Because those are per thingy. So let's do math. All of our iron is located here, with a little bit of extra just to produce some steel. Not a lot of steel, it's very little steel, honestly. And just like the tiniest amount of fucking quick wire. So little quick wire. So, give me this. Are we all looking forward to the new Stanley Parable possibly this year, maybe? Oh, on the list of things I completely forgot were coming out. A Stanley Parable update. Boy. That's pretty good. Not even update, it's a second game. But it is an update. It's a deluxe edition that adds a bunch of stuff. It's not a second game. Would it be better for me to play it or for Bryn to play it? Because watching Bryn play Stanley Parable was one of the more frustrating experiences of my entire life.
Uh-huh.
When she just followed all the instructions and walked to the end 3 times in a row and didn't do anything different.
I mean, who won, though? Because I'm pretty sure it was me. Apparently you can win that game if you're awesome.
She just followed the story and walked out 3 times in a row.
I varied a little bit.
You did not. You did exactly the same thing. Because you got the same ending.
I thought it would have a different dialogue, but it did not.
One time, in the beginning, when he tells you to go through the left or the right door, she went through the other door. I think this was on round 3. She did exactly the same way twice.
Yeah.
And the third time, she went through one wrong door and got the dialogue. It's like, okay, I'm trying to tell a story here. Maybe you misunderstood. Can you just follow along? He went through this door and got back on track. And then she went through that door and then walked through the same ending again. Like,
But then it had such a nice ending. It was so lovely.
We played that game for a full stream, and I don't think I ever got the ending where you just leave after doing.
Yeah,
all
you
the
didn't even
things they
realize
tell
that
you to
was something you could
do. No, I definitely never did that. I absolutely never. We never got it. We never got to follow the instructions and just leave ending. I never got there. I couldn't do it. Okay. Iron rods. Iron rods take 15 to 15. So it's gonna be 25. Need 4 of those. So here's 100 iron. Iron screws to produce 50 is 12. This is 62.5. Twice. Actually, maybe it may be fine right here. Because this is 500 screws. So I'm ending up at a total of 10. That's 120 iron. Yeah, no, this is wrong. This was wrong. I did this incorrectly. 69 viewers, Lamau. Is there an ending where I finally get adopted? There's an ending where you try to keep a baby out of a fire. There's even an ending where you successfully keep the baby out of the fire. Which you could really theoretically only get by botting. Unless you're an actual crazy person. So this is 2, this takes 2. I think I'm actually wrong. I think the normal collection is the number we're looking for. Because this would be 50 iron, this would be 60 iron, 110 iron. Steel pipo is exactly correct. It needs 30 steel, which is 20 iron, 20 coal. The steel pipes take exactly the correct amount of steel. So then our total amount of iron would be 130 into this. Our total amount of coal would be 20. Tiny little line. And finally, we would use an incredibly minuscule amount of deuterium. A true load balancer. I just want it to all be even. Takes 12. It's being upclocked by 25%, so it's going to be 15. It takes a whopping 15 deuterium per minute. Woo! We're running with it now, boys. I'm gonna go through all of this effort to get 15 deuterium per minute up here. Alright, so because this is doubled and then doubled again. This is actually the even numbers I was looking for. Because I can, I believe, instead of 4 overclocked ones, do 5 regular clocked ones. And it should work. This game makes me feel like a fucking baby. I just don't understand a fucking thing that's going on. Alright, so I see this a lot. I hear this in chat a lot. So let me catch up. Especially if you're jumping in right here, it can be really easy to not understand what's going on. But it's really quite simple. So here's what we're doing. I'm trying to make motors. This machine, and I'll even hook it up to power. If I hook it up to power, the no power sign goes away. I want this, right? I want an assembler at the end of my setup. I want an assembler that is producing motors. Every machine takes what's on the left and makes what's on the right. So this is going to give me 5 motors a minute forever if I can set this up, and then I'll just passively be creating motors I can use for when I'm out there trying to make these oil extractors and these refineries and these manufacturers and all this other shit that requires motors I don't have. So to make this motor, this 5 a minute, this income, it needs 10 rotors per minute and 10 stators per minute. Stators, I'm not actually sure what that word is. So I can also, because the same machine produces those, look at how those work. I can set one of these to produce rotors, but it's only going to make 4. And this thing here needs 10. So I can clock these machines, which means I can have them run at overdrive, basically. I can clock one of these rotor machines to put out 5 instead of 4 rotors, running 25% faster. It's going to take 25% more income and input and put out 25% more output. And I'm going to need 2 of those, because 2 times 5 is 10, which is what the motor needs. Why is the mo on the bottom black and the orange like the one on the top? Don't worry about the one on the bottom. This is garbage. I was confused. So now for each of these rotors, to put that out, it requires 20 rods per minute and 100 screws per minute. But it's not actually 20 rods and 100 screws because we're clocking this, right? We're clocking this up 25%. So it's going to take 25 rods per minute and 125 screws per minute on account of that. An iron rod machine over here, which is a much simpler machine. It's 1 input, 1 output. And so it's my turn to use the demonstrative power cable. Takes 15 ingots and turns them into 15 rods. So that's straight across. That's easy. Ingots get turned directly into rods. But again, I need 25 of these. So I gotta clock this bitch up to 25. But I also need 2 total, because that's to power 1 of these rotor machines, which I need 2 of. So this is going to take, produce a total of 50 rods, which since they're just 1-to-1, take 50 iron, which is this notation right here. And I can do the same shit with screws. Because the screws produce in batches of 50, thank God. I don't have steel screws now. I didn't take that one. I'm just still fucking with casted screws. I passed that one up for a really good computer one, I think. Or, circuit board is what it was. So, this puts out 50 screws for 12.5 ingots. This just skips a step and makes it easier. But I need 125. But normally, 2 of these would go exactly into 1 of these, because 50 times 2 is 100. So if this is turned up 25%, I can turn both of these up 25% and end up with exactly the same output. So that's exactly what I did. 2 of them turned up 25% into one of these. Means I need actually 4 of them total, which ends up in a total of 60 iron. And then you do the same shit over here. This stator takes steel pipes and quick wire. I just run the numbers down the same way. My notation, red number or green number next to it is an overclock or an underclock. And blue is I need multiple of that machine. And then each tree down is what's necessary to create one of the thing above it at whatever clock I need. So I have to double this because I need 2 of these. And I was thinking doubling the whole thing would make the inputs easier because I wasn't accounting for there would be 4 of these total. Because it gets another branch, because 62.5 times 4, which is what I need to run these rotors, is 250. And 250 is exactly 5 of these with no clocking whatsoever. So that's what I was trying to do. I didn't realize I did it right here. So instead of 4 of these overclock 25%, I'm just going to build 5. Because it's easier. And it's rounder numbers.
I'm not sure if my game... Oh, yeah, we crashed. Okay.
Oh, no. You get it, chat? Please stop. Smoke has come out of ears. You see what we're doing, chat? Simple. It's simple. And then eventually you build this unholy creation. Where, this right here, this square, is this entire column. And it has, I guess this also has 3 different resources inputting because I'm using an alternate state recipe. So, let us begin. Exactly, I'm working out how much material I need, how many machines I need, and what speed I'm gonna need to run them at to make everything run evenly. Because if any one step of this doesn't work right, everything kind of dies. All right, that's a copper node. Where's an iron? Do you need another invite or?
Yes, please.
Okay, because it didn't like tell me you left or anything. That way. I knew there was another iron node here somewhere. Does the overclock cost a lot relative to the assembler? Overclocking anything is a linear increase in input and output for a logarithmic or an exponential increase in power consumption. So there's also power. Machines take an amount of power. And holy fuck. There's also a lot of gift subs. If you're here specifically right now. While USN Mercer Holt is just banana slamming. Let me make my window thing large. So I can see all of these because holy shit. Boy! What are you
Well, I am connecting to host, so I guess I do have time. I'm not immediately doing anything.
CMD Marquardt, Storm Ruler, 558, Beryllium, Radiant Omega, Pleases Christ, Aurora Seeker, TJ Let's, Alexis, Herandris 911, Shenmue, Sean Doesn't Sleep, Mistress Cha, Prince of the Ravens, Revelation, Cookie 2259, Upeticabot, JJ Rocks, Nanariti, Original Milano, Johnny Freeze, BT Maximus, Waffle PC, Ninja X 527, Exhausted Healer, Lily Epic. It's over. Nope, it's over. I'm done. I read them all. I read them all. No, it's over. I read them all. You can't. That's illegal. You can't keep tickling me. I read all the things already. I read them all. That was on 25. You can't. This is against the law. You're gonna get arrested, Mrs. Girlfriend. No.
Is it so?
Oh my god. That's not the right hand. That's a random wizard hand. Fuck. Okay. No, okay, hold on. Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. Stop tickling. Stop tickling. Stop tickling. Oh god. Okay, that's gone. Nero DX. Oh, March Scrandle 0. Brandon 15975366667. Stop tickling 211. I now stop tickling 222. Marky Hill 159. Bedlam J. Deadly Cupid and Blasted Buddy. Okay, that read them all. That's all the names. That's all the names. You're not even tickling, you're like stabbing me with your fingers. Stop!
Don't worry, I'll get back.
Stop! Fuck! Okay. USN Mercer Holt. Thank you for the 25 gift subs. And Marco for the 14. Oh, and all the fucking bits too. Holy crap. Not content with 25 dunks. 2,400 bits? What are those sparkly swords? Those are awesome. I want sparkly sword bits. Ugh.
He says,
It hurts.
"Oh no, did you get a good workout?"
No! I got
Oh, no.
attacked aggressively. With my girl.
Should I try again?
No!
Oh,
Thank you,
do
Chad.
you want to send me another? Well, wait a second, it has to load. But do you want to send me another invite?
Oh, did you restart Satisfactory?
Yeah, I restarted it.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I think at this point you need to fully restart the game. Are you pure?
I am the most pure. Do you want to send me an invite though?
Ooh. The opposite. Oh. I don't know how I want to make this work. Yes, let me send you an invite. Okay, you are not in here. So I was gonna go to manage players and make sure it wasn't like a ghost they need to boot. I might have to restart this too. If this rejoin doesn't work, oh, there's a brief lag, but didn't say you joined. I don't think that's working either. I may also have to restart this.
Okay, well, let me see. It's connecting.
I could literally 200% the miner. That's actually it. Let me double check. I gotta punch this stupid rock. Move, you stupid rock. What game is this? This is Satisfactory. Automation porn is exactly accurate. This is math disguised as a video game. And let me save it real quick.
They should really have this in school. They should have this game. People
Yeah.
would learn so much more.
We'll try exit the main menu. If I don't have to restart my whole game, maybe.
Well, mine's still connecting to host. It'll probably time out at some point. Oh yeah, just maybe.
Well, I'm not in a game, so.
Oh no, yeah, connection's lost. Okay,
That's
should I
a
restart it
fancy
again or
fucking
no?
error we got. I'm restarting mine. I have a.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I
hefty.
wasn't
like,
aware
3.
that I was illiterate until just now, but apparently I'm illiterate. Oh, no way that shit says. All right, there we go. And we fucking go. I might have to 200% the miner. Yeah, tickling is a form of torture. I'm fully aware. It's the worst.
It's also a form of workout.
Rather she
So
just
really, I'm just
stab
looking
me
out for you.
repeatedly. Okay, I'm gonna try inviting you.
Oh hey, you know I got second place for Cesaro. I guess Cesaro got second place for Horse of the Year for the his division. They just sent me that notice.
Horse of the year, like, what's horse of the year? Is it? I mean, it's what it sounds like. But
It's
like,
it's in his division. He got the second most points in the country.
that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
All right, I have sent you an invite.
Okay, it's connecting to host.
Yeah, that's not working. Okay, I'm gonna need a full game restart too, I suppose. It immediately pops up that you're joining if it worked. It's doing that thing where it doesn't know it. For some reason, this game is. I don't know what the problem is. It can't read my internet connection because it keeps saying my NAT is like TBD or undefined, which means it's not connecting properly. Oh, Jesus. 500 more bits. Holy crap. USN Mercer Holt, thank you so much. God damn.
Is it someone new?
Thank you for all the bits. The cup is broken. What the fuck? This is new cup. Alright, well, I give up on big cups forever then.
Okay, so I'm gonna restart Satisfactory.
That's officially, I give up on big cups forever. I'm officially done. None of them work, I'm sorry. Mimic You, Metasphere 25, Daybreak Sniper, X-Fron, and Cpol8. Welcome to the Squiddy Pool. You were the shiniest squidlings. 5 more subs on the way out. I apologize to everyone. I give up on big cups forever. They just do not appear to function.
It seems like it should be a fairly simple
It should
thing,
be
but...
a phenomenally straightforward thing, but no one on this earth can make one work. So like I'm just over them.
Alright, so I reset. Satisfactory.
I am letting back into my game too.
Okay.
Okay, it says host not moderate, not TBD, so they're gonna work now. This game has a lot of difficulty connecting to the internet. Alright, that one should work.
Yeah, it sounds good. It looks like it's chugging.
Yep, there it is. It says Brimbob has joined the game almost immediately after you accept it, if it's going to function. And if it doesn't, it's not ever going to work.
So if all of my stuff is lost that I've been doing for the last 2 hours, I'm going to be very sad. The only reason I say that is...
I saved, so it should be gone.
Well, no, before it crashed for me, it reloaded from where I'd first started in the game today. But it did not. Fortunately, I have all my stuff.
60. 830. Jesus Christ. Well, we are... Clock, boys! Let's go! Clock the shit out of that. 130 out of an impure miner. Easy fucking elo. What did it cost? Everything. What did it cost? Like 30 megawatts of power. God, this is going to take so much better. This is going to be probably running at like 50. This is going to be more expensive than an oil pump. But it will work. But that's what matters at the end of the day. So let's put a factory together. We got a nice flat area here. Where I imagine I can just kind of plop down a bunch of foundations and have a general purpose good time. I got so much room. Dunes are only kind of fucking with stuff. Radio.
No,
oh, you got the thing detector.
Yeah! That'll be super cool. So now I can go look for things.
Okay. You're gonna go on a fucking adventure.
Yes, quite.
Do it this way. Because now I can ignore the fact that the ground is slightly curved. But there are going to be a good amount of machines in this building. Need a pretty decent amount of space. So I'm also planning on processing a lot of this extra Caterium. There's going to be a secondary section of this. We currently have no Caterium output, and I would like to have some Caterium output. So I'm going to have this make both excess quick wire and AI limiters. Of course, one of the large issues therein being that I'm going to have to go make at least one Nobelisk by hand.
I've got 20 on me if you want one.
I would like one, yes. I would definitely in the future like to see a fill option for putting down factory floors.
Do you need a detonator for Nobelisks, or can you just put them down?
I'm pretty sure that's just the right click of an obelisk. I don't think that's a separate item.
Okay.
Like, I wish I could just put one here and put one over there and just be like, fill this area. How many tickets? I wonder how many tickets you have now. I'm pretty sure it's 8. I had 8.
I'm coming. I'm on your right.
When I looked previously, and it's not being fed enough that in the like hour since then. Thank you.
Oh, look how small they are. They're so small.
Maybe I do need a detonator. I am apparently wrong. I think I do need a detonator.
Okay. Let me go figure out how to make those.
Well, I'm heading back over there too. I'm gonna go peek at the coupons because Chad wants to know. Chad wants to know what our coupon situation looks like. Faster fills, look at the far end and then click to add it that way. Oh, fair enough. We'll keep in mind. That would be the equipment workbench, I imagine. Detonator. Noblisk detonator. 5 object scanners. Object scanner. 3 beacons. Beacon. All of this random crap. Okay.
Okay, let me see here.
Need 15 of these. Any more screws?
Any more wire?
You have to handcraft all this shit because you actually cannot manufacture anything off of the equipment workbench. So this all has to be handcrafted. I go to supermarket. See you later, DVRN7. A drag select feature would make lookout towers useful. Yeah, lookout towers would be neat if they did anything that was valuable.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Right now they're just kind of cool because you can build them and they're large and pretty looking, and sometimes it can make it easier to lay out a factory floor, but they're not terribly useful. Beacons and filters can be manufactured. Can they now? I didn't think you could. Ah, shit. Another one of these here? We don't know. Holy shit! Oh my god, you went so far! Holy fuck!
Bad boyfriend.
I was not expecting that to yeet you across the world. Oh my god! That was amazing! Okay. It was so far! Oh, that was the rebar gun. The little, like...
I want to make the shotgun.
There's a shotgun?
Yeah, I think so. It's one of the researchable things.
That was the little shitty rebar gun. It launched you like 30 yards. Okay. Okay.
So do you just need one Noblest detonator for...
You just need one detonator for as many Nobelisks as you want to have.
Okay.
There has to be a detonator in your hands to use them.
Okay.
And you can use it to blow up basically everything. Alright, so now is the time of building. Now I have to create this. So, on the far corner, we are going to have step 1 of production. You will have 1 constructor, 2 constructor. Constructor 1 will be manufacturing quick wire, and constructor 2 will be manufacturing steel pipes. The quick wire will be overclocked to produce 75 per minute and will receive 15 Caterium ingots. This is even. Those will go together into a single assembler, just producing upclocked state horrors with the fancy recipe, and that's pretty straightforward. This is definitely the easy part. Motherfucker. I want my jetpack back so bad. I miss you, jetpack! That needs to be this. This can be this. You are going to be producing quick wire state horrors, overclocked to make 10 per minute. And that is all of this right side. That was easy. Wait, I have that in button form.
That was easy.
Now the problem is all of the rest of it. I need 6 constructors. Since each machine requires 3, and I need 2 rotor machines. We're gonna go up here, we're gonna go to constructor. Lock this bitch in. There. Just back it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll all perfectly line up with window inputs now. 2 of those. Right, no, we're not doing that. We're doing it slightly differently, which means I need 1 more. If I do it that way, I have to overclock some shit. That's fine. Alright, so on the end, you'll have iron rods that are slightly overclocked to, hey, this is more slightly than I thought, that are very overclocked. That's actually, I guess, a lot of overclock, huh? It's almost worth doubling these and underclocking them, but they only take 4 megawatts, so fuck it. And then, casted screws, casted screws, casted screws, casted screws, casted screws. Iron rods on a big clock. Wood star. I don't know the trajectory on this thing literally at all. What are you doing, Miss Girlfriend?
I am trying to read the object scanner for crash sites.
The crash site is above you on the highest mountain, and it takes, I believe, 45 motors. That
I've
one
got
is not open
13.
for a reason.
Okay, I'll go get 30 more.
It's like, it's 35 or 45.
A lot.
It's actually almost a whole stack, yeah.
I did not go prepared on this mission.
Well, that's also the only one that is that way. Because that area has been largely explored. I'm doing it, guys. I'm making a factory that actually has some space. Are you guys proud of me? There's gonna be space instead of everything just cluster fucking each other. I'll have room for activities. Heresy. It's crazy, I know. It won't be a complete and total clusterfuck. Okay. That should be good to create motors. Motors will be produced here. Easy. You are both making rotors. Clocked up 25%. I'm burning through these slugs, but I do have a bunch. But I'm not burning through them as fast as I'm picking them up for adventure, which is good. Because more is going to happen here. This factory has more purposes than just this. So what I need is belt in. To go into this. Belt 2 is a little more complicated. This is the part I fuck up on. Kind of fairly showing all the right numbers, but here's a suggestion. What do you mean, the belting or the layout? Layout's tough. Factory layout's hard. Yes, both. There. Okay, so now there are 5 unbelted machines. One of them going into a splitter that will carry its goods either direction. And then there is going to be a merging device here. Oops. And a merging device here. And that is 150 screws. And that is 150 screws from each of these. Which means we go from Mark 1 belts to Mark 3 belts. We also... Oh man, I thought that was exactly enough space to turn it. Question. Well, apparently that is legal, so... Well, we're obviously doing that. No. Yes. Alright, so fun fact. Apparently, I can use splitters and mergers to create an angle in a belt that is tighter than the angle a belt can take. No, that's illegal. No, shut up. It's clearly not illegal. It's working. Alright, so there's that. Leaves us plenty of free... Look at all this space. We have so much space. We have so much room for activities. Okay. Look, only because you can do something that doesn't necessarily make it legal. That's how law works. If I can do it, it's legal. If it was illegal, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you... Oh, I almost forgot to belt these two up. Okay, so that's it. That's it. That's the motor factory. That's all there is. So now, this expands to phase 2. Also known as more fancy shit than I was originally anticipating. We'll clear that out because we're not going with this. Quick start over. Yeah, there was a massive update. We're on the experimental branch now, and trying to... It would have been honestly more and less fun effort to try to work our existing factories. This is a new one. I don't know how this is going to work. But I would like to produce you. Wow, that's incredibly simple. 100 quick wire and 25 copper sheets. Smells like easy elo to me. What is that airplane noise? It's stopping occasionally, but I don't know what it is. Something's making airplane noises and it's worming into my brain now. This makes 10. So 25 is an interesting problem. I feel like ya boy here is getting clocked up. Not the playlist, no. The airplane noise is not the playlist. It's definitely Satisfactory. Let me, out of curiosity. Open volume mixer. It's definitely Satisfactory. The airplane noise is in game. I don't know what the airplane noise is. Do you guys hear it? It's just my
I can hear
fiance's
it from mine too, I think.
PS4. The fuck is this airplane noise? I'm gonna go insane. What is this? It's under effects. Well, if I turn that off, I might as well mute the fucking game. What do we lose for having effects off? Yeah, I might as well, like, actually just mute the whole game if we're gonna turn effects off. But what the fuck is the airplane sound? It stops occasionally. Not the sword. Not my little explodinator. Is that the wind? That can't be wind. There's no way that's wind. Make it stop! Not the Blade Runners. Fucking idea what's making that sound, chat. I'm gonna go crazy. Oh my god, my head is gonna explode. I don't think I have to actually make a schematic for this. This is very straightforward. This one's 25 copper sheets. What if I gave you 30? I can give you 30 and you can make me 6 IL emitters per minute. Because that's a 20% increase, which will also make this even too. Alright, easy. So this factory will have 2 outputs. I say mute the game. Quick poll, chat! Do we mute the entire game because of this fucking airplane sound, or do we just keep playing? Because the airplane sound might actually drive me crazy. It stopped.
Welcome, Squidling, to the Squiddy Pool.
Mute.
That's what I fucking thought, video game. Well, it stopped. So, we got that going for us. Jacob streams Twitch, 21 months. You were the shiniest, Squidling. Thank you for your continued support. All right. Back. Okay, game. I'm sorry, game's getting muted. I can't handle this. I can't fucking handle this shit. I can still hear it. It's getting muted. Reset reverb? There's a button that says reset reverb. No? Alright, it's getting fucking muted. Alright. I'm sorry, game. You have lost your audio privileges because of the eternal fucking airplane sound. Bryn's probably fine. I literally can't handle it, so we're just playlisting now. Game not entirely satisfactory. Reset reverb is when you die underwater and the sound system hates you forever. I should probably put a notice on stream. What was the last thing that was on info? Waiting for... Oh, that's because we were playing Battle Cats in queue. So now it's going to be game mute because of eternal airplane noise. And I'll put this up here with Dusa. What the fuck? OBS? Yes, I wanted the text to be upside down. I'll put that up there. Not everyone will understand. Think we're starting the game, we'll get rid of it? Then I have to try and get Brandon in the game again. Not a risk I'm willing to take right now.
Well, it did work.
True, it does work if we both go in. Oh, and you can still hear the machine sounds. It's not completely muted. Tweet and no one's gonna see it there. You gotta put the text in the middle of the screen. Shit, you're right. I've been streaming for like 7 years and I haven't learned this lesson yet. There we go. Alright, so quick wire. I'm gonna make 60. I'm gonna do that twice, so it's gonna take 24. Am I insane? Or did the game get laggier when I muted the sound?
It might be because I'm trying to find odds.
That is some incredible quality spaghetti. Like, my mouse is lagging in the game. Use the flash and cycle colors. I can still hear it. Am I imagining it? Yes, because the game, it's completely muted. Now you're going crazy. If you hear it now, you're going crazy. So I'm going to be using 12. I'm going to be using 24 Caterium ingots. I'm going to be using 15. So I'm going to be using a total of 24 plus 15 is slightly less than 40. So it's 39, but for rounding reasons. So 40. So here's the plan. This factory is going to have a secondary, tertiary